Hi my lovely angels, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video on Chanel and on Louis Vuitton. So if you like Chanel and you like Louis Vuitton, come on aboard, go ahead, give me a like as well as hit the subscribe button. Stick around till the end of the video. Let's get started talking about Chanel and Louis Vuitton. So I have the Chanel bag right here that I want to talk about, and I have a Louis Vuitton book right here that I wanted to talk about a little bit, my Louis Vuitton Legendary Trunks book. So let's go ahead, let's get started, let's jump right in. So this lovely bag right here, I wanted to say that I enjoy wearing this bag. And when I wear this bag on the street, I think people love it. It's admirable. I love it and I admire it. I think sometimes people think that this is an older vintage bag. I am known for some vintage bags on my channel, yes, but this is not a vintage Chanel. It's from, I'll put the year and everything, all the information when I purchased it from Fashionphile with where it's from. However, I do think that people think that this is an older Chanel. I don't know why out of all my Chanels in my collection, this is the one that I think gets looked at or biased as a vintage one, and it's not vintage. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit today on my channel. Now, what I like about this bag is the quilting. The diamond quilting is so soft. It's so soft. Look at that. You know, the diamond quilting on this is not flat. You know how sometimes on a Chanel bag, the diamond quilting will be super soft and smashed. This one, it's soft, but it's not smashed. It still has some puff to it. And this is what it looks like in the back. I just love this bag. Why I think I love it so much is because this was my second one. My first Chanel ever, a Chanel was always a dream bag for me, and my first one ever was this medium flap right here in the perforated diamond quilting, and I do love that bag and it's gorgeous. It's in great condition. However, I realized after I purchased that one, I always knew I wanted a jumbo, and I ended up going with the medium, but I do like the jumbo size better. So this was my second one because I wanted to go up in size after I purchased the medium. So I do like the jumbo size better, and I'm glad I ended up going with the jumbo size. And I'm so happy about the jumbo size. So since this was my first jumbo out of the other jumbos that I have, I like those too. I'm biased, I like those too. But this one in this soft leather lambskin, I just absolutely love. I love the chain on this bag. I love the sound of the chain. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. I love the turn lock closure, and look at all that leather in there. Let me go ahead and take the stuffing out. So as far as vintage bags go, it's not quote unquote vintage to me. I think of a vintage bag as like maybe 1970s. I know they say vintage is 20 years or older, or 30 years or older. Some people even think vintage is, or older bags are 10 years or older. So this is not the 2022 Chanel, but in my opinion, it's not a vintage Chanel. But it's beautiful and I love it nonetheless. I love vintage and new, so either way it wouldn't matter, but I just wanted to talk about it because I think this bag gets a little bit looked at or misunderstood as a vintage bag. So I just wanted to have some clarification today about this bag on my channel. And she has her lovely sticker in there. I don't know if you guys are going to be, yeah, you can see it. It's white right there. It has a lovely Chanel hologram sticker right there, and the interior is like a beautiful dark wine color. This bag is, Fashionphile described it as red, but it is a lovely dark wine on the interior. And then she has her love letter pocket back here, as well as the Mona Lisa smile pocket in the back, right back here. So I love this Chanel bag in my collection, and this is gonna look so beautiful today with denim, with what I have on today. This is gonna look so pretty with denim, with what I have on today, this lovely Chanel bag. So I wanted to talk about her today in my collection. And next I wanted to talk a little bit about my trunk book right here, 100 Legendary Years of Louis Vuitton Legendary Trunks. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have my lovely book. Right here, and I hope you guys are going to be able to see it. I will go ahead. This is a heavy Louis Vuitton book. It says Louis Vuitton 100 Years of Legendary Trunks right there. And when you open her up, this is what she looks like. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave this right here. This is what it came in. And I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this right here. And this lovely book has so much history in it, you guys, about Louis Vuitton legendary trunks. So I figured we would go through this booklet today and talk a little bit about my Louis Vuitton legendary trunk booklet. I probably should have marked some pages off and I didn't, but this is what it looks like when you open it up. It has lovely pictures of a Louis Vuitton truck, and it looks, you know, older. You could see that right there. It's like in France or Paris, and it's so, so beautiful. And then I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to start going over some of the trunks. I just wanted to go through and read some of this myself so I can learn, and I figured while I'm reading, I can go ahead and show you guys some of the photos from this lovely book. Okay, oh, look at this in the back of this car right here. In the back of this car, it shows a bunch of Louis Vuittons stacked up. A Mercedes equipped with 3 Louis Vuitton stackable auto trunks as presented in the Louis Vuitton automobile catalog. That's right here. I'm gonna go ahead and enclose a photo of this. You can see the Louis Vuitton, and it has 3 trunks stacked in the back of the automobile. So that I'm gonna go ahead and enclose a picture of. Let me mark that page so I can come back to it. I'll mark that page so I could come back to it. And it comes with a marker. The book comes with these little strings or ribbons that you can mark your pages with. Look at all these beautiful trunks. 100 legendary trunks of Louis Vuitton. Beautiful, just beautiful. I definitely want to own a piece of Louis Vuitton. Well, I have the luggage, I have the keep-alls, but I one day want to own a suitcase or a trunk. So nice. Look at this. Okay, let me go ahead and flip through and show some more photos. This is a trunk with the drawers, and this says 1886. From 1886, wow. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show the photo. It's striped canvas, and it's from the Louis Vuitton collection from 1886. That's this one right here. That's this one right here from 1886. Okay. It's a trunk with drawers, it says. Then we have on this side, baggage label used between 1885 and 1890, showing a Louis Vuitton striped trunk mentioning the addresses of the stores in London and Paris. Then we have one above showing a trunk with drawers, and it has a system with doors where you could, you know, it opens up and it has drawers, and you could like break it down by pulling out the different drawers and then putting the trunk back together. That's beautiful. Okay, let's look at some more here. This is beautiful. It's a desk trunk. It says 1904, a beautiful desk trunk, and I'll show a photo of that one. It's like an armoire. You know how an armoire for your jewelry has drawers, but this is a trunk, not a jewelry armoire. I imagine you could put just about anything in there. Then there's a desk trunk here. Let me go ahead and mark that page so I could come back to it and show you guys. The book comes with several ribbons that you can go ahead and hold your pages with. What else do we have here? There's so many of them. Look at this. This is a beautiful trunk on both pages here. So beautiful and pretty. Just gorgeous. Man, that thing is huge. I love seeing the trunks, and I love when I see people, a lot of times I see the celebrities I've mentioned before on one of my celebrity bag reviews, like Kimora Lee Simmons, the model. She uses some of her Louis Vuitton. She has a huge Louis Vuitton collection, and she's been an avid Louis Vuitton collector for years. It's known in Hollywood, or you know, amongst the celebrities, that she collects Louis Vuitton, although they all have a lot of Louis Vuitton now. But anyhow, at any rate, she uses some of her Louis Vuitton trunks in her closet and as dresser pieces or as tables. She'll put, you know, if she's drinking something, or she'll just use them as tables in her closet. These are so beautiful. Look at some of the labels here. I don't know what all this means, but it's beautiful. I don't know what it all means, but it's beautiful. I like antiques, antique anything. I used to collect antique dolls a while back, antique vintage Barbies and the vintage older Ideal dolls. I like antique plates and different things. So the older Louis Vuitton bags were just up my alley, that I would gravitate towards them and that I would enjoy collecting them, because I call myself a little bit of an antique collector, you know. And collecting antiques, to me, it doesn't mean that you have to have any piece that's worth $50,000 or $100,000. Just, you know, each of them have their own sentimental value, and each of them have their own, you know, little amounts. You know, a piece might be an antique piece and it might be worth $1,000. A piece might be an antique piece and it might be worth, you know, $3,000. A piece might be an antique piece and it might only be worth $800, even though it's an antique piece, you know. And then of course we have some that are higher and some that are lower, you know. So everything is individual to me in its value as far as with what you call an antique. Here's more trunks, just beautiful. Go ahead and show you guys these two. So beautiful. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Did I just say, I said that like a frog. Interesting. Okay, so once again, they're calling a lot of them a desk trunk, and I'm realizing that a lot of them look like an armoire. And I see a picture of a lady here from the 20th century or whatever century this is, and she's sitting at one of the Louis Vuitton trunks like a desk. So I guess that's why they call them a desk. If you notice, it has an area where she can actually put her elbow and lean forward, just like I'm leaning forward on this desk, on this table right here. There's an area where she's sitting at it and she's writing, and she's using it as a desk, and it is a Louis Vuitton trunk. So that is, they were very sturdy and very strong and very quality built, because she was able to sit and use it as a desk. And of course, that wouldn't work if it was something that wasn't durable. You can't sit and put your elbow up and write on something. You know, it would fall over and tip over. So the Louis Vuitton trunks were very, very well built and well made. All right, let's see which others we have here. One is called a dressing table suitcase from 1935, and it's so nice. It looks like it holds some of a gentleman's cologne and different things. It says crocodile leather. It's made with crocodile leather, and it's a Louis Vuitton dressing table suitcase. And it is this one right here. It's this one right here. It was made with crocodile leather. So these are very, very nice. I'm not going to keep you guys here all day, but I wanted to go over some of these with you guys. Let me just take a quick look through. I'm sure there's going to be more that I really, really like and I really, really enjoy. Ooh, look at this. This one is a shoe case. Oh, this is a more recent one. This is from 1996, and it's a shoe case by Manolo Blahnik. And you guys know that's a shoe designer that makes beautiful, beautiful shoes. And I guess this was a collab with Louis Vuitton and Manolo Blahnik, you guys. Look at this shoe case right here. I wish they had shown an interior shot of what the interior of that looks like with how it houses the shoes. Because, I mean, we see a shoe, we know they're telling us what it is, but I wish they had an interior shot. Okay, on this side right here, it just shows a bunch of the shoes tumbling out of it. So I guess it's just, you just dump the shoes in there. There's no real like shelves or levels to it. You can see on this page right here, they did give us an example of what that looks like. I've never even seen anyone talk about this before. I didn't even know this existed. This shoe case by Manolo Blahnik. It's from 1996, and you could see the shoes in here. That's dope. That's really nice. I like that. Okay, let's keep going. Let me see if there's anything else. I may have to go through this book again with you guys because I'm sure there's some more stuff that I missed in here that I would want to go through with you all. Look at this one. This one has a typewriter in it, and it's an old-fashioned typewriter. It's Underwood. It's an old-fashioned typewriter, and it's a Louis Vuitton trunk, and you can also use it to store the typewriter in it. You see that old-fashioned typewriter right there? I remember those. You guys remember those? Those typewriters were the good old days before computers. Before you could type up something on your computer and send it to a drive and download it and save it. You would type up, my college work was all done on a typewriter. There was no, like, you know, they have all their drives and their little thumb drives and different things, and they can save stuff in storage, and they can email their paper to their college professor. The typewriter days, this was the days when you had to type up your paper and bring it in physically and give it to your professor. At least when I was in college, that was the way we did it, on one of these typewriters right here. This is an even older one than the ones I grew up on. But still, I remember the good old days of the typewriter, and you would be typing, and then you would have to push that thing to the side and be typing, and then push it to the side. The little bell would go. You'd be typing, and then it would go ding, and then you would push it to the side, typing some more, another sentence, and it would go ding, and then you would push it to the side. Then you'd have to roll. They had that thing that you would have to roll your paper down in there. Okay, I digress, you guys, but those were the good, fun old days of typing, and apparently Louis Vuitton. Okay, what else? What else do we have here? There is so much more, but I don't want this video to be too long. So I will continue to go over my Legendary Trunks Louis Vuitton book. And I'll make sure I come back and talk about my lovely book right here in yet another video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on my channel. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you guys soon in tomorrow's video.